Everyone, my name is Molly. I'm 16 years old and I am chronically ill. This is something that a lot of people find to be surprising because if you just look at me, you can't really see that I'm sick. So not a lot of people can understand that I am sick, and I decided to make a video about being sick today because I was looking for support groups in my area for teenagers who are chronically ill, and I couldn't really find any that fit my needs. And it made me realize that there's probably a lot of other people out there who can't find anyone to relate to, because when you have a chronic illness and you're young, not a lot of people can comprehend it. And I felt as though I needed to make this video so that not only I could get some things off my chest, but hopefully other people will be able to relate and feel as though that they can have someone to talk to about these issues that not many people can understand who aren't chronically ill. So today I decided to talk about the feeling of missing out on things that other kids your age are doing because you're too sick to do them. This first became a problem for me when I was about 11 or 12 years old. I was told by my doctor to stop playing sports because it was extremely strenuous on my joints, and if I didn't stop, I could cause permanent damage to my joints. I was an avid sports player. I played softball, volleyball, soccer, and I just liked to be outside and do adventurous things. So to hear that was something that shattered me a little bit, because I love these sports. They were ways that I could make new friends, let out some aggression, just play. And that was something that I really enjoyed. I'd been playing softball pretty much my entire life at that point, so it was something that was really hard to get taken away. And I learned to deal with it because I had to, really. And it's not really fair that you have to learn to deal with these things, but it's a necessity. And how I learned to accept it was that my body can't handle what other people's can. So I found things to do that I knew my body could handle. So I did things like photography or writing or drawing or playing the guitar, anything like that, playing video games, swimming. I can swim. And that was a way that I kind of coped with getting things taken away when I didn't know why, because at that point I didn't have a diagnosis. Now we know that I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and this is why I wasn't able to perform like the other kids were. I played just as well as the other kids, but it took such a toll on my body that you could tell that I was just a little different than the other kids. So you just really have to find things that you can do that won't hurt you more than it will help you. Because I can understand that when you have things taken away from you that you love to do, it's really difficult to deal with. And it can be very emotional, and you can feel very, very distraught by it. But it's very important to know that you can find other things that you can love just as much as what you were doing that won't hurt your body. And another thing that I found was very difficult for me as a chronically ill teenager was high school. And I only made it through 2 years of high school, and I had to drop out because I was so sick. I couldn't go to school. So I don't really have much experience with high school, but I will sure try to talk about being chronically ill in high school as much as I can. Like I said, I don't have much experience on it because I only went for 2 years. But it was a lot harder for me to be in school because I was constantly tired. I had to wake up very early, and for my body, that I couldn't do it. For some reason, I feel much worse in the morning than I do at night or in the afternoon. So having to wake up at 6:30 in the morning and go to school was something that I just couldn't do. And then being at school, carrying around a 40-pound backpack, that was something that my body couldn't handle. Our school, the high school that I went to, had 2 stories. So I had to constantly walk up and down flights of stairs that it really hurt my knees because of my backpack. And other than that, I would just constantly feel sick. So I wasn't able to function in school. So I ended up dropping out and getting my GED. And if anybody else is having a hard time in high school, I highly recommend getting your GED because it's not only easier, but it's a great way to get your life started without having to go through all of the dramas of high school. But with that being said, I will not be able to attend prom, which is it's unfortunate, but it's something that I have to deal with. I mean, this is about, learning to deal with things that you can't necessarily control because of your body. And when it feels like your body is fighting you, it's definitely something that can be very disturbing. So not being able to do things that other kids are doing can definitely make you feel very lonely. And I really hope that at least someone will watch these videos and know that there are other people who feel this way and that they're not alone. And the thing is, it feels like you're missing out on a lot in the moment. And in the moment, you are missing out on something. But in the future, the things that you're missing out on aren't necessarily all that important. I don't think I'll miss the years that I didn't go to in high school. I don't think I will think about not going to prom for very long. I bet most people who have been to their junior prom hardly even remember it. And these are things that you just shouldn't worry yourself about, because you have to worry about your well-being, and that's what you should be worrying about. So you shouldn't waste your energy worrying about things that you can't change. So I think that'll be the end of this video, but I will hopefully be making another one soon. Feel free to leave a comment about your story, what you're going through. Maybe we could share tips of how to deal with things, or different tips for managing pain, or different things that you like to do when your body doesn't necessarily want to do things. So feel free to comment and subscribe if you want to see more of this, because I will mostly be talking about chronic illness and how to deal with it and how it has affected my life as well as many others. So thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again.